Hey guys, today we're going to be looking at the Hasbro Marvel Legends series. This is the Build-A-Figure Thanos wave, and this is the Serpent Society. Let's grab this to get the dimensions for that. Figuring out how tall Serpent Society is, the figure itself is about 6.5 inches. If you've been keeping track of where we are on Thanos, you know we're still one arm and one head behind. Well, at least till we finish. We can now add arm to the mix, as we've now got the other arm for Thanos. Specifically, this one comes with a very nicely sculpted, very gold Infinity Gauntlet. Let's go ahead and reach off to the side to where we left Thanos. Add the arm as such, and the only thing now we need to add is the head. We're just going to move over the figure to show you how tall the figure is going to be, at least of Thanos, minus, of course, we still got to add the head. But I mean, that would only be like this much extra. A little bit of a taller figure. I love that Thanos as the Build-A-Figure, and not some, well, I've weighed in on this before, not some small figure that really could have been part of the wave on its own. So we'll move Thanos out of the way, and we'll have a look at Serpent Society, or really more specifically, King Cobra or Claws Voorhees. I'm not sure why they just ultimately called the figure Serpent Society. The back of the package reads it as the leader of the Serpent Society, Claws Voorhees, or King Cobra, but the front of the package actually calls the figure just Serpent Society. It lives up to its name of being a serpent, a rather splendid looking figure. First of all, a couple of points, talking points that I like about this figure is it has an expression. That's good. It's not a neutral face, which I grow so tired of from time to time. When you get expressioned faces, there's extra mileage there for me, and I like that King Cobra has that. Also like the hood that he's sporting. I keep looking at figures. I think, of course, customization. Somebody could really customize this figure to a really nice looking Serpentor, maybe more specifically the hood, not so much the face. I guess I would describe that as a metallic lime green, which also makes up the scaling of his arms, his hands, and the scaled legs. The hood is a more slightly darker shade of metallic green, metallic purple. He's really got, from metallic standpoints at least, he's really got the color scheme of like Green Goblin, which I wouldn't be the least bit surprised if the arms and the legs shared some close family relations to what we got with the Green Goblin, like maybe the same arms, same legs. It's possible. But I do love the glorious metallic purple, which carries itself also into the cape. The cape, well, that's kind of like Songbird. The cape doesn't really plug into place. At the very least, it sits well enough on his shoulders that it's not going to fall off. It would work that much better if you could actually plug this into his back. One downside, though, to plugging it into his back, for starters, it doesn't stay very well, but it also causes now a big gap between where the cape should actually sit. So if we take it off the peg, I think it sits much more comfortably. I've just already done it now. It sits much more comfortably on the shoulders rather than pegging the cape into the torso, and that's when you got the big gap again. So I'm not a big fan of that. You probably also just witnessed, unless you blinked, one of the big problems also with this particular figure, not so much this hand, but this hand falls out way too often. Do bear with me. Let me go fetch the fallen hand. Be right back. Yes, quite. So I'm not really sure why the hand pops out as much as it does. You can also see that the gauntlet, by virtue of the fact that the hand did come out, is a separate piece altogether. But the hand does not sit well, at least mine doesn't. It's prone to falling out very frequently. Prior to actually shooting this part of the review, I think the hand fell out a total of 5 times. Not that I was really counting, but just saying 5 times. Yeah, okay, I was counting. 5 times it fell out of the socket, unfortunately. This hand is not really so much the issue, but this hand here. So if you have this figure for yourself, let me know in the comments section whether you've got similar issues happening, brewing over your hand falling out. Some additional coloring has been added to his boots, an otherwise slightly matte colored boot, but they've added some nice metallic green happening on the side there as well. It doesn't really kind of go with the rest of the color palette, but it's nice that they include that as well. Yeah, I can't think of a negative that I would necessarily say about this figure. Sure, there are the little nitpicks, the hand being one of them, the cape not really plugging in properly into the torso, but I really have no problems necessarily with this figure. Some extra accessories, granted, could have gone a long way, but I love the coloring, I love the metallics, the purples and the greens, I love the sculpt, I love the fact that it doesn't use a traditional body in the sense that there is some additional scaling here. This isn't just, we just didn't slap some paint on it and call it a day. Whether it was reusing a goblin mold to some extent with the additional scaling is okay with me. It adds some additional texturing to an otherwise flat body, so I do appreciate that quite a bit. Let's run through his posability. His head rotates all the way around. Also has that hinge. It benefits from the fact that the hood is a separate piece and it's attached to his head. It has so much of a gap between where the collar ends and the torso starts that he's got a real good range of motion. You can even angle the head slightly to the sides, rotate the head all the way around, and hinge it up and down. The shoulders are on joints. Let me express that a little clearer. They are on joints, but unfortunately the joints don't go up that much because he's got the texturing happening all the way to the tip, or really where the shoulder connects itself to the torso area here. That's about all you can really do with the arms. You can't force it any more than that. And if you are trying to force it, know that there are going to be repercussions for that. There's a swivel on the bicep, a double hinged elbow, which seems to be common with most Marvel Legends. I'm going to flip to over here because I really don't want to have to go pick up the hand again. Hand rotates. You've also got the hinge back and forth. Upper torso crunch, waist swivel. And then when we get to the legs split out. You got forward, you got back, swivel on the top cut of the thigh. It actually cuts right there. Double hinge on the knee. Swivel on the boots, hinge on the foot. And yes, for people that love their ankle rockers, he has a sufficient rocking ankle. Really shy of giving this guy some accessories other than the one arm for Thanos. It's about the only thing I would have changed to this figure. Everything really about King Cobra / Claws Voorhees comes together really actually quite nicely. I like the metallic colors. In fact, he's got just a delicious array of glorious paints that have been applied to the plastic. The texture of the scaling in both the arms and the legs also benefit this figure immensely. I like the head sculpt. I like the expression on his face. Yeah, I don't think there's really anything I would change to this guy. Can't think of anything at all. I think I can walk away with a clear conscience thinking that there's nothing I would change to this figure. Well, except for maybe the hand. But that's not across the board. I don't believe that the hand falling out is going to be everybody's problem. I'm just lucky enough. I'm just a lucky guy that it's only happening, I'm sure, to my figure. Other than that, though, I won't change anything to the figure. I think this guy is a great pickup, whether you are building Thanos or you're not. I think the Serpent Society, more importantly, King Cobra here, is a figure that you could really pick up and enjoy all on his own. Today we were having a look at Claws Voorhees, no relation to Jason. At least, not that I'm aware of. I don't think Jason was part of a Serpent Society. But today we were having a look at Serpent Society, which also so happened to be from the Build-A-Figure Thanos wave. Yes, we are one figure away. And if you are doing your research, that is Captain America. Just have to look at Captain America, which will include the head. Oh, shucks, I gave it away. Sorry about that. Comes with the head for Thanos. Then we're going to have a look at Thanos. So there's a couple of videos left to go, but make sure you hit that little subscribe button down below so you'll never miss a beat when new videos hit onto this channel. I've mentioned this also a couple of times before and kind of just took a break from saying this. Also, with the way that YouTube works now for notifications, make sure below this video there's a little bell. Oh boy, he's talking about the bell again. Make sure there's that little bell that you turn on your notifications. You may still get most videos, but I think the way that the algorithms work for YouTube right now, which I'm not 100% sure if this is the case, but I've heard that I think the way that the videos, if they are hitting your subscription, like all your subscribers, new videos popping up, I think it works by views. So some of the lower view videos I don't think show up on everybody's subscriber feed. I think that's how the analytics or the algorithms work now for YouTube. What do I know? I don't design websites, but I review figures and collectibles. But make sure you hit that little subscribe button. Make sure you hit that little bell. Turn on your notifications so that you don't just get some, but you get all of the splendor that this guy vomits out onto YouTube. Boy, you should get into marketing. I know I've been told that before. Many more videos to come, guys. Like I said, 2 more videos left to go for the Marvel Legends. And then, of course, more other videos will be coming your way as well. So lots of tantalizing, delicious goodies coming your way. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.